Good everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing day. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk about a very useful topic, which you might find it interesting. That is the permission set based on activation date. So what that means is that you can set the permission date, assign the user to the permissions set, and set the time limit, right? So this permission set will be active from this period to this period, or this permission set will expire on this specific date. This is useful if you don't want to. Let's say you have a project team, right? That you want to give you want to give, say, access to a certain date. You can pretty much use permission set based on the activation date. This will ensure that the user after a certain date will no longer have access to this permission set. Obviously, right, permission set will let you do certain functions in the Salesforce org. So this is a very useful feature in my opinion. So now the first thing first, right? So what do you have to do, right? If you wanted to activate that functionality, you just go to the setup, right, and go to the user management settings, right? And this is a new functionality, right? As a part of 23. So we just look for, sorry, um, permission. See the permission set, this one, the permission set and permission set group assignment with expiration date. So you need to enable this option if you wanted to leverage this functionality, right? It's pretty simple, right? There's not much tinkering around. So once that's done, let's go to, I'm using a Trailhead.org, so that's why you can see this option. So if you, for some reason, if you don't see it, uh, just check the version of your org. Okay, now we go to the permission set, right? It's the same for permission set group as well, right? So I'll pick, let's say I go to S, let's say the Sales Cloud user, right? I wanted to assign the user, and let's say I wanted to set this user for, say, for 60 days, right? I wanted to give user rights for 60 days, right? Uh, to the Sales Cloud. And after that, the user should no longer have an access. So let's say if this permission set is the one that controls it. So all you have to do, go to the manage assignment, um, and you just say add assignment, and you go here, and you just go next, and you just put the expiration date. I'll say 60 days, right? Assign. There you go. So they expires on July 7th, 7th of July. How cool it is, right? Now, let's say I'm not going to work on this project after July 7th, so it expires on July 7th. You don't have to, you know, go and manually delete the user from it. This will take care of it. This is really handy. I mean, you may think it's not really handy if you're dealing with one or two people. Imagine you're dealing with, say, 50 people or, say, 100 people, right? If you're working in an enterprise org, let's say you're dealing with 200 people, then what? You can't go and manually remove them, right? It's a pain. It, I will not call pain in the, I'll call pain in the spectrum, right? To be more polite. So, um, so, so this is a really great feature, right? And the same goes for the permission set group. So if I go to permission set groups, uh, I got none. All right. Okay. Let's put one, right? Test. Okay. All right. Now, manage assignment. Okay. Add assignment. I'll just put this one. Okay. And next. Right. See, you can do that here, right? So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so this is very useful functionality in my opinion, and I really appreciate Salesforce for bringing this feature. This is pretty cool because the way I look at it, right, I'm looking from an overhead perspective, right? This functionality is, like I said, I give you an example. Like you bring in different team to implement certain functionality. You might want them to give access to certain thing. So and let's say the user moves on to something else, right? So But obviously, if the user decides to stay in the same org, you don't want the user to have an access, right? And you don't really want it to go and manually remove the access. So you can set the activation date, so expiry date. I mean, so yeah, that's pretty much I wanted to talk in this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Have an amazing Monday.